Hello, guys. Welcome to Reality Check with Lady Wealthy. And today, guess what? We have a guest in the building. So, we're going to let him introduce himself so that he won't think I was stalking him. So, sir, may you please introduce
God.
yourself?
Well, thank you very much, Lady Wealth. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to be on your show. My name is Wishes Sadziwa, or my birth name is Wishes Sadziwa, but I'm popularly now known as Dr. Naz. I'm not sure if I have to give a full biography.
Yeah, so that you know.
All right. I didn't want to take the show, you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm popularly known as Dr. Naz due to my music, but there's more to Wishes than just Dr. Naz or just music. I'm predominantly someone who's an entrepreneur. I'm somebody who loves business, so everything about me has to do with business. So I'm also a student at CIU, about to finish my course there, and there's so much to talk about me, but I'll let it do the questions so that it gets easier. I don't steal the show,
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
So, guys, today we're going to focus on the theme Born a Star, right? So, he is a star already, and his star name, that is Dr. Naz. So, today we're going to focus on the Dr. Naz part of him. So, tell me, you're into music. How long have you been into music?
Well, that's an interesting question because I always like to say it in a big story.
Okay.
Like, because my journey in music has been quite an interesting one. I started singing in front of people when I was in Form 1 back in high school, where we were just inspired as youngsters by the older guys at school. That way doing music, they would go and sing in front of church. Because I actually was on a mission school, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So we used to go to church, and we had choral groups, different choral groups that came and they sang. And as much as it was just a thing of just doing, most of them did it in a competitive way. So people would end up, saying, this group is nice, this group is better than this, all that. So I was just inspired, and I think I've always loved music from when I was a kid. I used to do all those things like percussion band, the choir. I even did traditional dances.
Whoa. So you can dance?
Yeah.
You can dance?
Okay, I used to.
Okay.
A lot has changed. It's been a long while, you know what I mean? So I used to do all those, traditional dance, percussion band when I was growing up. So finally, when I was Form 1, we then started this group, you understand? And it was a gospel group. I would say the leader, and then I was also the composer of the songs because I was very creative with writing.
Okay.
And then I didn't see it as something big because I'm a writer.
Yeah.
I'm a writer. At one point in time I was a poet, but you have to let go of some talent so that you can focus. So I used to write songs, and we used to go and sing them, and people would enjoy it. We would enjoy it so much. We were good up until when we were Form 4s, and one of my English teacher approached me. And she was like, "Those songs you always sing, where do you get them?" Because she actually wanted to look for the song.
Wow.
And then I was like,
Was that good?
Exactly. I don't know. But then I was like, no, I actually write them. She was like, what? All the songs you sing, you write them? I was like, yeah. That's when amazement showed me that, okay, we're doing something unique and special here, And by the time we finished around Form 4, our group was, I would say, one of the best, if not the best at that time. So from then, that's when I realized that, okay, I have something special. I can write. I knew I could write music, and I knew I could sing. But I wasn't really confident with the singing part. You understand?
So you needed a confirmation from
I needed a confirmation.
validation
But then
too.
from then, I knew I could write. Definitely, I knew I could write, and I knew I was creative.
Okay.
Because besides the music, I was just creative in writing. At one point in time, I wrote a comic book. At one point in time, I wrote a novel which is unfinished and unpublished. But I have all those things I was doing on the side, so I knew I could write songs. So finally, around 18, at the age of 18, You know, I was always fascinated by hip hop growing up. You know, and you know, we used to follow all those hip hop stars, not gospel, or all those Lil Waynes. At one point in time, people called me Wheezy. You know, maybe because of the name Wishes, and you know, the way I just liked, you know, the other guy. You know, those were the days anyway. And then I was into hip hop that much. So when I finally finished school, at 18, I joined the choir at church, Christ Embassy. And then from then, I started singing in the choir. You understand? And then in the choir one time, they were like, we need to do this song for a special program. There's a concert that's coming. We need someone to do a rap verse. And then I was just there, you know, and I was liking the song that we were singing. And I was like, guys, let me write some lyrics and see what's up. So I just wrote the lyrics, and then I sang it to everyone. Everyone loved it. And, you know, I was surprised because people were amazed and enjoying the lyrics. People would recite the lyrics, you know. So I knew, okay, this is something special. Let me just do it. By the time we got to the time of doing the concert, everyone wanted me to feature on their individual performances so that I could rap. You understand?
Yeah.
Wait, I wasn't a rapper, and then everyone wants me to rap on it. When the time came and we did, I remember the concert was Night of Sweet Things, Christ Embassy, Zimri Park. I remember I performed predominantly the whole concert, and you know, I almost like it was every performance featuring Dr. Naz. I was going with them. You understand? And you know, it's only then that I discovered, you know, I want to do this. Already I loved music and I was doing music, but at a low scale. So I started, the Dr. Naz name started from there. You understand? And then some people ask, what does it mean? That's a story for another day. But after that, that's when I started the Dr. Naz thing. But I was singing in church predominantly, and I started my gospel path. And I sang from Zim. I qualified. I remember there was an LFMA something, and I went into the competitions. They were qualifying and stuff, but I had to come to Cyprus. So when it came to Cyprus, it was starting from scratch. Fortunately, I met people who managed to foster. One of them was my pastor, Pastor Rob, who managed to foster my talent and to keep me, you know, fired up. I got here, started a group, Rubies, and we performed for quite a number of years. We used to perform. We never recorded. We're just performing, going to this church, going to that church.
That's like the problem that we have with most artists. You know, they just stay inside, they stay in a church choir or stuff like that. They'll just be performing. Only them and their friends knows that they can perform or they can do this stuff or they're talented in this stuff. So what exactly would you say to someone who wants to go out there, but most probably, you know, they have a limitation of resources or stuff like that, but they want to perform. They know that they are better in this stuff. They know that they are talented. But then what is lacking is exposure, because you're already exposed, right? So what would you say to someone like that?
I think it's a decision that goes deeper than me just saying, what do you need to do? Because first of all, for you to do anything, you have to believe in yourself. I believe that if you have something you love, it starts with believing in yourself. And then just going all out. Understand? Because most people, their problem is, like I had, I was sure I had a talent, but I wasn't sure it was good enough. Most people are afraid that they are not good enough.
Yeah, that's true.
But the truth of the matter is, we are good enough in the things we actually put effort to be good enough in. You understand? So I think the first thing is, you know, discovering that, okay, I love this thing and I think I have a talent in this thing. And if you do decide to put your focus on it, put 100%, 110% focus on it, and then just go all out. Go do exactly what needs to be done. Because, you know, especially in Cyprus, I've seen that most people are not confident of their gifts. So sometimes people will go and record in the studio. They record a song. And then even those that record, I'm talking about those that actually get out the house to record. Some don't even go to that extent. Some will just sing in the choir. Some will just sing out there, sing with the gang, you know, all that. And they will never even go to the studio, because they're not willing to fork out of their pockets $70 or $120 to go and record, because they're not sure. They're always doubting, like, what if it doesn't work? People are afraid of failure,
of taking a risk.
Exactly, they're afraid of
because it's risky.
Exactly, they're afraid of failures to the extent that they become failures. You have failure if you don't live. You have failure if you don't live a purposeful life and fulfill the purpose that you have on it. Some people were purposefully put here to endow our senses with music, to bless us with beautiful sound. But
and
then they will never. Yeah, I think so. And some people will never discover that because they are afraid to fail. You understand? So they will live in a path that they were not created predominantly to lead in. You understand? So I feel like it's a thing of people need to just take that, I'm gonna do it. No matter whatever happens, I'm gonna do it. So go out there, record. After recording, don't be afraid to market. People are afraid, they're shy. Because they're like, okay, I have this song, I don't think it's good enough.
Then we have those kind of friends that if you tell them that I'm not going to the studio, they will laugh at you like for the whole week. They say, are you serious? Do you think you can beat up the competition outside?
I had people like that, but I think for me it's a gift that personally, I'm a very confident person. So I'm somebody who doesn't need validation from anyone else.
Okay.
So sometimes it tends to overconfidence to some people, but I'm just like that. I don't need validation as such from people. So I don't experience some challenges of, what if people say, But I just encourage everyone out there that be bold. Send your song to people, let them listen. You understand? That's the only way you can discover whether you need to improve on what. And don't give up just because what you did is not up to par or it's not what should be. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So, there are people out there that have been doing all this thing, but financially, how did you manage to finance yourself? Did you have to go on, Find Me program, or did you have to fork out in money from your parents? Like, I understand that what you are studying and music are two different things to you. So how did you manage to balance up the two?
Well, first of all, I'll say two words, two important words in life.
Yeah.
Sacrifice and friends. I would rather put friends in front of sacrifice.
Okay.
Now I'll elaborate.
Yeah, please.
For you to do anything, you need support. Especially in this world we are, you need financial support. And me, I think I'm rich in friends. I'm rich in associations. And that has pulled me through most situations. I have people who I'll tell, guys, I want to do this, and then those guys will come through for me. And I believe as a young generation as we are, we need to invest more in our relationships and our friendships. You need friends that can believe in you truly and support you through thick and thin. Not friends that are with you,
when everything is flourishing.
You understand? Exactly. So that's one of the things. And the other thing is sacrifice. There is never a perfect time to chase your dream. There will never be a perfect time. Every time you think of starting a company, you don't have the capital. Every time you think of, starting something, you don't have the money to do it. So you have to sacrifice a certain aspect of your life so that you can achieve. I did a lot of sacrifice. I had to maybe sacrifice some social aspects of my life so that I direct everything to. To fund what I wanted to do. We did a listening party, we did an album.
That was great.
Some people will be surprised, like, how did you get all the money? Somebody should be sponsoring. Nobody was sponsoring. Understand? Sacrifice, friends. So I believe, of course, there's no formula to life. Everybody is going to have it different. But I just believe if you sit down and use your brain, if you sit down and think, you understand, you'll find a solution if you really want to do something.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Nas. We're going to take a short break, so we'll be back after this session. Thank you.
Thank you.